Hello, and thank you for joining me for another video of Lewis the Tech Guy. In yesterday's video, we showed you how to create these nice little graphs. And I figured, why not keep going? Stay tuned for more. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to change these into stacked graphs, right? And so I'm going to go back to my main. And in here, in our bar chart, we have our sample data and my animation. So if I start from fresh, you can see that there's a nice little simple animation that happens here. So in our bar charts, we're going to add a property here. And I believe it's called bar grouping type. And then we're going to pass in the parameter of charts, bar grouping type, and then we're going to select stacked, right? And if I just stop here and I hit refresh, nothing changes. And the reason nothing changes is because we haven't added extra data, right? So we're going to go back to our data and we're going to change something. We're going to, first of all, before we had this label as just data, I'm going to call it data 1. And then you're going to copy and paste this and create data 2. And what I did here, and I'm going to uncomment it here, is I just changed, I kept the years the same, right? Because it's going to group it by year, right? And then I changed the sales figures. And I did that again for data 3. So I have some more data, right? And then I have to create more series. So if you remember, our series is where this data comes from essentially, right? Because it returns, it loops through this, and then it returns this here, and it returns this here as our properties here, right? So our domain is basically our years here, our X, and our Y is what we're measuring, so our sales, right? So we're going to return, we're going to create series for both data 2 and data 3. So I already did that, so I'm just going to uncomment it, right? So here's a chart series is type LTG sales string, and our ID is D2. And it's coming from data 2, so it's getting its information from here, right? So when it goes for the domain function, it's going to iterate through my LTG sales on data 2, right? And it's going to grab the year as our value here, right? So it's going to go here and see 2017 already exists, bam. 2018 already exists, bam, and it's there, right? And then it's going to grab our sales value and then it's going to put it on there, right? And then we do the same thing for D3. And it's going to loop again and do the same thing. And now, if I hit refresh, we're going to have this cool little, nice little chart. And just like that, we got a nice, beautiful chart. We can click on it. It's a little interactive here. All right, so that's fine and dandy. I got a little bit of time. So the next thing I want to do is show you how to turn these vertical without having to turn your phone. Actually, you know what? Let's just see what happens if you do turn your phone. There you go, nothing fun. It gets mad and makes funny noises. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of, in fact, you know what, let's see if it stays like this. Let's see if we can have a stacked vertical or horizontal, right? So if I come here, I'm going to add, there's a property called vertical. And it's a Boolean, so I'm just going to pass false. And let's see if I just do that. Let's see what happens. Ah, look at that. And now we'll get the same chart, just in a vertical format. How nice is that? Now, we can add some more data here if I'm just going to uncomment this. So I'm going to do the bar render decorator. And this domain access one isn't really necessary, but it comes recommended in the documentation. And basically all it is it gets rid of some of the lines when you render it. So I'm just going to hot restart that, and it's supposed to be less decorative. But here we got a problem because we have all this overlaying numbers in these smaller accounts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my series 3 and series 2 for this. And then up here, I'm going to get rid of the data. Comment it out. Although I suspect if I left it there, it wouldn't do anything. And restart it again. There we go. Look at that. So it looks a lot more cleaner, more simple. And then you can add the information in here. We can add the sales information by simply adding a label accessory function, which again is going to take our LTG sales, right? Pass it in the sales, and with our context there. And then on the next line, we're going to give it a string of what we wanted to say on the label, right? And so we're going to say sales.year are equal to, we're going to escape the $sign, and then put a $sign for our function there, sales, and then sales dot toString, right? Because remember, this just brings it as a property. What we're passing in here is a string, so we have to convert it to a string. So we're gonna hot restart that, and now we should get the information. Here was $15, here was $20, here's $55 and $150. So it's nice to know exactly where all those ones are right on the money in terms of the chart. All right. I hope you found some value in this. If you like anything, if there's anything you want to see, please let me know. All right. And I hope you have a great day. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Have a good one. Bye.